We don't need governments at times. And I know that may seem a little bit harsh, but it isn't. I mean, it's like what we're doing right now is we're giving money to children, and they're just throwing it away. You might as well just throw it into the fireplace for what good it does. Where is that money going? Where's the money going from the oil companies? Where's the integrity from the oil companies? They take the oil from the ground, and then what do they do with one of their holes? They fill it up with chemicals and things like this or whatever. No, unacceptable. You cannot throw this stuff back into the ground. If you cannot run a business and take oil or gas from the earth and not give something even better back, then don't take it at all. Find another way of energy and energy uses. This is really, really unacceptable as well. And there is no integrity when you destroy the earth with what you're doing. And to give you just a quick example, here's the earth. You have your beautiful water, the lovely land. We're sitting in the universe, given a great and wonderful, fabulous gift of the earth. What do? Puncture holes in it. Picture that earth, your face, and all the fluids being sucked out. What do you think happens? It cracks and splits. And then what do you do when it's all gone? It crumbles. Earthquakes happen. Shifts in the earth because you're taking out resources that really need to be in the ground. We are really a primitive culture. Very primitive. We the people need to know this, that we are primitive. And technology doesn't make us any less primitive. If you really think that technology is the greatest thing since sliced bread, well, you're absolutely wrong. Where integrity comes from is from your heart. And I always and always will say that. We have to realize that we cannot go around damaging the earth, what we're doing to it right now. Because we won't have an earth left to live on. Putting back all the nuclear waste back into the ground and all these chemicals that are being shot right back into those well holes after they're finished using them is what I've been hearing, is what they do. And what happens then? That chemical gets dissipated and it goes right back into the earth. But what do you think it does to the earth itself? How long will it take to dissipate properly and reinvent itself as good earth? Take plastic, for example. 8 million tons of plastic. I heard on the news that they were dumping each year into the oceans. Excuse me? Like, what's with that? Where do they get off on doing that? Where do they get off on dumping barrels and barrels and barrels of toxic waste like into the oceans too, and things like this? Where is this coming from in their minds? It's not coming from the heart. I've got some news for you. Time's up. Do you understand that? Time is up. Am I prophesizing? Yes, I am. You can't keep going the way you're going. It's done. It's finished. Look for other ways to get energy sources. Stop with the oil and gas. Get the electric cars on there. Get them rolling. Put less pollution into the air. Keep your integrity. All you companies and businesses out there that want to make your millions and millions, but you're spewing all your stuff into the oceans and into the rivers. It's killing fish. It's been doing that for years, and it's been affecting people, having deformed babies and things like this. That is another story. But there is no integrity when you start poisoning the land and the water that you walk upon and drink. There's no integrity in that whatsoever. And there's no honor and there's no respect either. You need to realize what you're doing is wrong. And say, well, how are we supposed to make a living? If we stop doing this, then what are we going to do? Well, then you're going to have to be really creative. You're a creative making your companies and businesses, then be more creative. Be more creative. And be happy. Be joyful. Share the joy and the happiness of what you're doing. Know that you're not going to be poisoning our waters anymore, poisoning our earth. You've got to stop doing this. I'm sick and tired of hearing all these things, because I know that one day it all has to come to an end. Look at the weather changing. Look at the birds and where they're flocking to. Thousands and thousands of birds are flocking from one area to the other. The poles are shifting. The ice caps are melting. There is no amount of money that can solve your problem. You've got to have the integrity to stop what you're doing and realize what you're doing is absolutely poisonous and corrupt just to get what you want. I have news for you. It's all going to end shorter than you think if you're not careful. As of this moment, you've got to switch everything around. Do it in reverse now. Put the positive in there instead of the negative. Stop being so greedy. There's enough abundance in the world. When you pray, when you go into prayer for yourself, meditate, however it is that you do it, you can manifest anything that you would like to have. The universe is abundant. It's not just in one piece of earth or what's below the water. It's nothing like that. It is something for everybody to enjoy the water in the earth without having to go to a place and say, oh my God, this is ridiculous. I mean, this water's got so much chlorine in it. I mean, I can't even bathe in it. My face breaks out and blotches are red, which mine does. My eyes turn red because of the chlorine in the water. And heaven knows what else is in that water. I even got an infection in my eye because of it. So imagine what it's doing to other people. Where's the integrity of the food companies? I mean, every single one of them. I mean, they're not really caring about what we eat and what they put in their foods. Everything's genetically modified. There's too many modifications. That's because there's so many people out there on the earth. They're not telling them to stop producing children. But how can you say that to a person? Where's the integrity of the companies in general, of what they put out there to all of us? They know that a lot of the food industry has some flaws in it. And lactose 1, MSG, wheat, gluten, and all these people are getting sick. And because everything is genetically modified as well, like you might get a fresh cabbage over there, and you may get a genetically modified cabbage over there. So they're putting out the good stuff to their own place, and yet they're giving us the genetically modified. I mean, how are they really growing cabbage in the middle of winter? I mean, explain that to me. So, only thing I can think of is that it is genetically modified. The birds, they eat the seeds. The seeds are modified. And the fertilizers are modified to grow faster, so they can produce more. The farmers know this. They must know. I mean, they're all about farming and putting the seeds in the ground and making sure that, we have good food in our stomachs. But when they do that, when they're messing with nature, where's the integrity in that? There is no integrity. We have to stop what we're doing. The cars. Where's the integrity in making all these vehicles when they know very well that oil and gas is not going to last forever? Why aren't they going ahead and making these electric vehicles? Because why? Well, they're a whole lot of money. But they don't have to be a whole lot of money. There's greed again. Where's the integrity in that with the car companies? It makes no sense. It really doesn't. Now we're on to you. They've heard me speak. Be careful out there on how you treat us, because we're the ones that pay you for these vehicles. So we pay you for this food. So give us what's right and start giving us more instead of less for our money. And making sure that it's fresh and it's not genetically modified. That it's not going in a way that is not going to help us. Please, you must stop doing what you're doing. This evil, this negative that's out there now can stop through you. And only through you it can stop. I hope that you enjoyed the show, and I pray that you tell all your friends to view it. And until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. I love you all. From my heart to yours, this is Buffaloheart Holyman saying all the best to you.